From the far reaches of space to the darkest places on Earth, join us as we explore the haunted, the cryptid, the creepy, and more. Exposing Reality Radio presents the Spectral WOLFPACK Show, your paranormal nightmare, with your host, Alexander Bobolinsky.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Spectral WOLFPACK Show. It's me, Alex Bobolinsky, your host. And in case you guys missed, last week we had Scott Martis on again, and we continued our talk on Florida sea monsters, lake monsters, and things of that sort. Those are all on the Spreaker. You can find all the past episodes right on there, and you can download them, listen to them, everything like that. So it's been quite a rainy week here in Alabama as we catch the tropical storm Alberto. But we've still been kind of moving around and stuff. We did get our new house. If anyone who's been watching the YouTube videos, I kind of had a little update on there about our current situation. And the new house is going to be insane, guys. It's going to be just awesome for live streams. It's a historic home and everything. It's going to be great. Also, I put up a new elevator game video where I kind of go into the explanation of the rules and also talk about the Elisa Lam connection that some people talk about and how I don't think that that's really has anything to do with the game itself. But anyway, guys, today I've got a good friend of mine and someone who I've learned a lot from, about the paranormal and investigating. And it's my friend Kim Johnston. And she was born and raised in Alabama. As a child, she always enjoyed a good ghost story, especially those found in Catherine Tucker Wyndham's 13 Alabama Ghosts in Jeffrey, which, as you guys know, I had my copy the other day. I showed it on Instagram and everything. However, she never dreamed she'd be writing her own collection of ghost stories one day, but after she lived in a haunted house of her own in Chelsea, Alabama, she became quite curious. Her desire to understand the strange events that were occurring in her home sent her on a fascinating decade-long journey that she has documented through her 3 books, Haunted Shelby County, Alabama, Haunted Talladega County, and Haint Blue, the Rockford Haunting. By day, Kim is a software developer, wife, and mom to 3 children. In her spare time, she is a paranormal researcher who travels across the state to help families troubled by things that go bump in the night with the organization she founded, Spirit Communications and Research, or SCARE for short, and can sometimes be found acting as a tour guide for Haunted Birmingham tours. Kim also recently appeared on Sci-Fi Channel's hit TV series Paranormal Witness, which featured a portion of her Haint Blue story. She holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from Auburn University at Montgomery, and for more information about Kim's work, you can check out her website at scareofal.com. Kim, what's up?
Hey, good evening.
How has your week been so far?
Oh, we're surviving. It's the first full week of summer for the kids, and we had no power all day yesterday, thanks to Alberto, and we went a little stir crazy without any Wi-Fi. So summer's not getting off to such a great start, but hopefully we'll recover.
Yeah, I understand. It's been I've just been kind of like in like a down, like hard to get out of bed mood, and with all this rain and stuff. It's been rough. But
it has been.
I looked on the weather, and it looked like the next couple days we might get some sunshine. So.
Well, that would be awesome. That would be a treat, actually.
Definitely. So the first place that we met, I came to your Ruffner Mountain Mines investigation, and then we did the Kimolga Grist Mill and the Comer Museum. There might have been one more. I'm trying to remember. Either way, those were all awesome investigations that I definitely just learned a lot, and it was great to find, other like-minded people in Alabama.
I agree, and like when I first met you, I really felt like there was like something very interesting about you, and so I guess that's what's kept us kind of in touch ever since, because that's been a couple of years since we were out there, and I really felt like the Rushmore Mountain investigation wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. It seems like maybe some people had gone out there before and kind of crossed over a lot of the spirits already that were hoping to find. And I remember there was like one or two responses when we were doing a session outside of one of those caves or one of the mine shafts. And we were like, where are the spirits or who's here? And I think the response was something along the lines of, they're with God or they're with an angel or something like that. So, and that kind of just set the tone for the rest of the evening. It seemed just kind of really quiet and not as active as I would have expected, considering the long history of operating those various mines on the mountain and, the untold numbers of deaths that occurred there. I would have thought it would have been a lot more active for sure.
I've tried to look into the names of the mines, and I remember they told me one name. I'm trying to remember, but I couldn't really get any information about the actual number of deaths that occurred there. But did you hear someone fell into the quarry recently? And
yes. Oh my goodness, that was just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything since, but that person died. They fell to their death. So that was very sad. That was upsetting.
Very, very tragic. I had just been there I think a week or two before that, and I was like, dang, that's insane.
It is insane. And I know a friend led police to the body. You have to wonder, was that accidental that he fell? Or, how did the friend know exactly where it was?
Yeah, because there's a lot of those stories about people who fall like that end up being, investigated further as foul play involved and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard much else about that. I did find it interesting, the people at the treehouse little thing told me that, because I asked them about Bigfoot sightings in the area just because I was curious. And they did say that people have seen mountain lions and bears out there, or claim to have seen, which I thought was interesting. Because at Bass Cemetery right behind there, I had actually heard, it was either a bobcat or some other big cat scream, because it sounded like a woman scream, but it just sounded kind of weird, and I was pretty sure that was some kind of big cat.
Yeah, that's scary, because I didn't know that there were they said mountain lions.
That's what they said in the email. They said that people had claimed to see mountain lions and bears.
Yeah, that's definitely something you wouldn't want to roll up on out at Bass Cemetery in the middle of nowhere.
When I was driving through Walker County recently, and I swear I saw, I guess it was a panther or something, and I had my camera rolling because I was filming this creepy road, but somehow it was right out of the frame of where I was filming, and it ran off into the woods. But it was something big, feline looking creature, and a lot of people think that they're still around. A lot of those are still around, but one of my favorite investigations that I joined you was the Comer Museum.
Yes.
That one was awesome because I remember the haunted doll Harriet, and we
Yes.
we got the name Harriet on, I think it was the Ovilus app and the Ovilus 5 or something like that.
Yes, and the very first time I investigated there, I had the SP7, and I had it in my hand, and something told me to walk up to Harriet the doll and just set it in her lap. And we weren't getting any kind of responses from the spirit box. It was pretty much just static. And as soon as I set it down in her lap, this voice says, "Hello."
Wow.
So, I was instantly just drawn to that doll after that. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited that she would give us such an incredible response like that. So we've investigated there twice now, and I just found out today that they've invited us to come back again this year. So we have that to look forward to, maybe in October. So awesome. I can't wait.
I remember when the REM pod was going off like crazy, like when we had it beside her, and I don't think anyone was standing near it or anything. And I think we asked, like, do you want a cigarette or something? And it finally went off. Something like that. Because, guys, the doll has a cigarette in its mouth, and they say the woman Harriet who said to haunt it was a big smoker too, right?
Yeah. It's a really kind of weird story about, I kind of don't know who is actually, connected to the doll, attached to the doll. I don't know if it is actually a woman named Harriet, or the man who owned the doll for a number of years, who donated it to the museum, was said to have committed suicide just like a couple of weeks, maybe a week or two later, after he donated a lot of items to the museum.
Wow.
And he was very distraught over a divorce or something like that. So, I still don't, I'm still really not sure who haunts the doll or is attached to the doll. Maybe it is this Harriet person, and if it is, I'd like to know more about her.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when I went in the basement at that museum, like, I got that, chills all over, tingling all over, like someone was standing right on top of me. And I think that place definitely has some stuff going on there.
It does, and they, down in the basement, they do arts and crafts for special needs adults. And so on a regular basis, they have these art classes for them. And the people at the museum told us a story about one of the men, one of the art students. He's always very good-natured, and would come in and do his art. And but one day he just had a meltdown over something, and they felt was paranormal. He was upset about someone that touched him, and no one had touched him, kind of thing. And he was so inconsolable, they had to call his parents to come get him early from the class. So, and then the last time we went to Comer Museum, I believe it was strictly just to cleanse it, because the staff were continuing to have issues down in that basement area. So we had to go in there and sage and do a blessing. But they told us just recently that they still have plenty of activity. So they want us to come out and do another public event and investigate and see what else we can find. So
yeah, definitely.
And that was such a surprise too, because we didn't know if it was haunted at all when we first started to go there. We just thought it would be a good fundraiser and a good cause. And we were really surprised by how active it was. And one thing that I thought of is that this year, I think upstairs on the third floor, they have a whole room dedicated to Jim Neighbors, who is originally from Sylacauga, or that area. And Jim Neighbors just recently passed away, the man who played Gomer Pyle on TV. So, it could be that we might be able to go in that room now. And, a lot of his belongings are in there, some of his old